everyone. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you, for having me here, Jubilant, Tamil Nadu. So, I was asked to speak about profitability in competitive markets, and to give a little bit intro, I think they've done a good job. I run a beverage company in the name of TABP Snacks and Beverages, which mainly concentrates on bottom of the pyramid consumer products. Right? So, when we speak about consumer products today, everything looks like a red ocean, right? Any product which you take, let it be in any segment, any category you take, you have so much competition that it is almost become impossible to make money. You hear about huge brands which even do 1,000 crores of turnover, but when they present their results, you always see them in the red, that thousands of crores of losses, this, that, and all that stuff. Friends, what we have done is we have built a company which currently does about 240 crores of sales, which has been profitable for the past 3-4 years, in spite of doing business in the bottom of the pyramid. Basically, 10 rupee product is what we predominantly concentrate on, and they wanted me to speak about how we could do that, and maybe we can help you, a few people, get to that kind of a profitability soon. Marketing is, when we speak about any consumer brand, anything, you first thing which comes to your mind is marketing. So we always think about how to get customers, how to make people buy your product, what happens when, how much you spend on social media, how much you spend on all the other things, digital, cost of acquisition, right? But what we understood as a company, the main thing is marketing can get people to buy your product once. First time buy can be done. But after that, when you have to successfully continue doing it, the product has to be very, very good so that the product speaks for itself, right? So what traps to startups go ahead? They try to outspend their competition. They try to, instance, they have so many media companies today coming out and telling you this is the amount we have to spend. When you go into Google or Facebook or Insta or whatever, the amount of money which you spend has become exponentially higher and higher every year. You look at, and that is one reason why people have not been able to be profitable creating a consumer brand for a long time. There are very, very few. If you look at the past, say, 7-10 years, the amount of companies which have become profitable doing, say, a modern trade or Amazon or in the quick commerce are very, very less, mainly because of this. They spend a lot of money, efforts on making people buy the brand, but the repeat purchases doesn't come, right? So what we have to do is, if we are, the quality of the product cannot be compromised if you are doing a consumer product at any part. And mainly if you are in food, the taste and palatability comes paramount. You can create a product which is like extremely good for health or anything of that sort, but unless and until it is tasty, you will find it very difficult to find a second buyer. We have seen a lot of brands go into this trap. Like every few months, a new craze comes in. It started with mangosteen about 5-7 years back. Today you had moringa. Then now today there is a green powder from Japan. I forgot the name, which is becoming the health trend now. But unless you figure out a way where you can make it tasty, even protein powders for now. If you go to quick commerce, today they have created a separate category called as protein. If you go to foods, they have a separate section called protein. Just for, you have protein chips, you have protein drinks, you have protein balls, everything there. But unless you make it palatable and the quality is there, it's very difficult, right? So if you are, in spite of all this, how do you become profitable? That is the main question. If you are taking money out, it has to come out from the processes, from the logistics, from the way it's manufactured, rather than anything else. If you try to do anything other than that, if you try to reduce the quality of the ingredients, never touch the quality of the ingredients. If you have already a successful product, if it's selling well, if it starts to sell well, the minute you touch your ingredients, your company, whatever you have built, goes away. Today we have of course we have also been forced to grow into shrinkflation because the packet of chips, right? If you look at Lay's, there are a lot of memes going around saying that you have more air than chips inside. We are also guilty of the same. But that is okay to a level. But every single paisa, that too mainly when in the categories what we operate. See, we sell a drink for 10 rupees. A 10 rupee drink for a 10 rupee for me and for you, or for my bottom of the pyramid consumer who wants 300, 400, 500 rupees per day is very different. We have to give him that kind of a value for money buy. If not, it's going to go for a big toss. So we cannot touch the ingredients, we cannot touch the quantity. So the only way what we can do is chase paisas in all the other areas, like the packaging. If we have reduced our packaging gram of bottles what we use almost by 45%. See, imagine in 2015, 16 when I started this company, we were selling a 10 rupee bottle at 200 ml. Today at 2025, after like 7, 8, 9 years, we are still selling the same 200 ml bottle at 10 rupees. Right? The money, the inflation, just the inflation is inflation, if it is like 7%, cost of everything has doubled. The only way where we could do it and still be at say 30% gross margin levels and 10% PAT levels even at this scale happens only because of the efficiencies what we have been able to bring it down in our businesses. Right? So the packaging bottle has reduced by 50%, cap, the way we manufacture, way we transport, way we spend on the customer acquisition, everything plays a very, very important role. Again, a lot of people today, when they build a consumer brand, the biggest problem what I have seen is when a student or most of the people who want to start a business today, whom we are seeing, target only the India one. That is upper middle class and rich people, which constitute less than 2-3% of India. Right? So where are these people purchasing from? These people purchasing from your quick commerce. They purchase from Amazon. They go to a Reliance store or a modern store, modern trade store, and they get it from there. And what do we read? We read a lot about in Hindu newspapers, in magazines, which are again written for the upper middle class and rich people, not for the bottom of the pyramid. So the cycle, what it reinforces is, only this is a market. But what a lot of entrepreneurs today really miss out is the real Bharat. Close to 800 crore people who are living on less than 500, 600 rupees per day, which today now have disposable income in their hand. Right? How does this disposable income come? Most of their course, like their food, their clothing, their stay, most of this is being subsidized today. And they have a lot of money in their hand, which they are starting to spend. They are also aspirational. They are extremely aspirational. If you take our category, which is beverages, they have grown up looking at from Kapil Dev to Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli to all these guys advertise these products. But they have never been able to afford a product because even before 2 years back, it was selling, the starting price of a PET bottle used to be 35, 40 rupees. For a person who's earning 350 rupees to 500 rupees per day, for him to spend 10% of his daily income never used to make sense. That is where we came in and delivered that 10 rupee bottle in a PET bottle at an MNC level of quality at the same price point, which became our success. Right? So what I'm coming to say is, don't ignore the Kirana store, don't ignore the petty shop, don't ignore the Maliye Kadai. Still, 80+% of FMCG sales happens in these channels, not in quick commerce, not in modern trade, not in Amazon, not in online. So try to figure out products which can be done here, because your cost of customer acquisition is minuscule here compared to whatever you sell. You can of course say I'm sending it gives a lot of ego for a entrepreneur to see their products on a supermarket shelf. Or even less, 1 year back, there were even news articles being published by huge brands saying that we have listed in quick commerce. Right? That becomes a very happy thing, because most of our friends are there. Most of our friends look at our products. Most of our friends go to a shop, but our friends don't buy our products. The real consumer, whatever is there, is going to be in the 800, 900 million people who are there in India, who are in this category. Right? So, how do we instance, again, lot of things people think about today. When we started, in 2014, there were very little ecosystem of FMCG manufacturing in India. Today, there are so many contract manufacturers, third-party manufacturers, white label producers, where you don't have to invest huge amount of money to get a product out. Again, small batch manufacturing is also come into vogue, which try to leverage all these segments. Again, lot of people go behind venture funds. People think that, okay, they can raise money to become profitable. But see, the funds which come in, mostly you try to, it's a rocket fuel. Basically, if you are builder, see, if you are losing 10 paise selling a packet of chips at 5 rupees, if you sell 1 crore, that is a different ball game. If you sell 100 crore, that 5 paise becomes a massive amount what you lose every month. So try to get to profitability and try to get money to scale profitability, not to get into profitability. So these are some things which I wanted to share with you, and I'll be very happy to take questions. Thank you.